Everyone, today we will be discussing all about partitive proportion. Now, let's try to have this one. What is partitive proportion? When we say partitive proportion, a partitive proportion or proportion by parts describes a whole amount being divided, or the whole number or the total number being divided or distributed into two or more unequal parts. Now, we can understand this concept by trying to understand the example here below. The ratio of boys to girls in a class is 3:5. If there are 48 students in the class, how many boys and girls are there? Now, if you try to observe this problem, it talks about the number of boys to girls, and the ratio for that is 3:5. So we are talking about the number of boys to girls. And in this problem also, it talks about the total number of students inside the class. There are 48 students inside the class. Our problem here is to try to distribute this 48 into how many boys, distribute this 48 into how many girls. So meaning to say, we can understand that this problem is a partitive proportion because we need to distribute this number or the total number of students into boys and into girls with the use of this ratio, which is 3:5. Now, let's try to solve. Again, the problem here is that the ratio of boys to girls in a class is 3:5. If there are 48 students in the class, how many boys and girls are there? Since we know already that the ratio of boys to girls is 3:5. In every three boys, there are 5 girls. Of course. So 3 boys and 5 girls. The question is that if there are 48 students now, 48 students, how many boys are there in that 48 students, and how many girls are there in that 48 students? Okay, to solve the problem, since we are talking about partitive proportion, we need to add the terms in this ratio or the numbers in this ratio. You will add 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5, and that will give us 8. Whatever the sum, you need to divide that one here. Divide 48 by the sum, which is 8. So 48 divided by 8, that will give you 6. And whatever the quotient, you need to multiply that one in the numbers here in the ratio. Since the ratio we are talking here is that 3 boys is to 5 girls. So meaning to say, we need to multiply. So we can have 6 times 3, and that is 18. So meaning to say, there are 18 boys. We can have 6 times 5, and that is 30. So there are 30 girls. So therefore, in the class, there are 18 boys and there are 30 girls. If you are going to add them, 18 plus 30, so there are 48 students. Again, the objective here is that you need to distribute the total number of students with the ratio of boys with having this 3:5. Now, another problem. Ruby, Rose, and Anne are business partners. They agree to divide their profits in the ratio of 1:2:3. How much should each receive if the total profit is 6,000? So meaning to say, they decided to share their profits in the ratio of 1:2:3. Now, this part here, 1 is for Ruby, this part 2 here is for Rose, and this part 3 here is for Anne. Now, the total amount of their profit is 6,000. So again, we need to find the ratio. 1:2:3. This will be the ratio of their sharing. Now, the total amount of profit is 6,000. So how much should each receive? How much should Robbie, Rose, and Anne receive? Okay, so again, since we are talking about partitive proportion, you need to add the numbers in the ratio here. So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 plus 3, that will give you 6. So whatever the sum, divide the total profit by the sum. So 6,000 divided by 6, and that gives you 1,000. Then after that one, whatever the quotient, you have to multiply that one in each number here in the ratio. So for Ruby, since this share is for Ruby, that 1, so 1,000 times 1, so Ruby will have 1,000. Now, this share 2 is for Rose, so 1,000 times 2, Rose will receive 2,000. And this 3, that is the share for Anne, so 1,000 times 3, so Anne will receive 3,000. So therefore, we can say Ruby will have 1,000, Rose will have 2,000, Anne will have 3,000. So 1,000 plus 2,000 plus 3,000, that is 6,000. So we were able to divide their share correctly. Now, last example. John plans to donate his collection of 900 books. So John has a total of 900 books to donate to 3 libraries in the ratio of 1:3:5. How many books will each library get? So John decided to donate 900 books, but he got the ratio of 1:3:5. Meaning to say, in each library, if John will give, for example, we have Library A, Library B, and Library C. If John will give 1 book for the Library A, he will give 3 books for Library B, and he will give 5 books for Library C. So that will be the ratio. Now, how are you going to divide this 900 or distribute this 900 knowing that this will be the ratio 1:3:5? Library A, Library B, Library C. In every one book that library will get, library will have 3 books, and library C will have 5 books. Now, the same thing, since this is partitive, again, when we say partitive, there is a total number, and that total number will be distributed in the ratio. Okay, will be distributed depending on the ratio. Okay, so since this is partitive, all you need to do is to add the numbers here. 1 plus 3, that is 8, plus 5, that is 9. Okay, so whatever the sum, you have to divide 900 by the sum. So that is 900 divided by 9. I'll just make it the shortcut way. So that will be 100. 100 times 9, that gives 900, or x now. So therefore, what will we do with the quotient? You have to multiply that one here. So 100 times 1, that will be 100. So Library A will get 100 books. 100 times 3, so that will be 300. So meaning to say, Library B will get 300 books. 100 times 5, that will be 500. So library will get, Library C will get 500 books. Okay, so let's try to add 100 plus 300, 400 plus 500, and that is 900. So meaning to say, we were able to distribute 900 books properly according to the ratio 1:3:5. So students out there, if you wish to learn more about partitive proportion, you keep watching this video so that you'll be able to understand the concept. So I hope you learned something for today, and thank you for listening. Have a nice day.